Yeah, okay, I'll give it to you, Brandish. You were actually pretty goddamn intimidating without having to actually fight. I mean, she took down an entire fucking island like it was nothing. I mean, I'm just saying though, like, okay, I'm one thing I can say straight up from this chapter. I was very happy from the start that this just straight up with that stuff, like with everything that was involving Brandish in this chapter, I was like, okay, I'm glad this didn't actually end up in a fight. This wasn't like no one shot or like Natsu was just saying, you know what, fuck it, I can just fight without an island or some shit like that. But the first 9 pages of like the chapter was what the fuck? I mean, we did say we was gonna get like a full, like, 29 page, like 30 pages this week, and I was like, all right, that's gonna be exciting. I'm really looking forward to that. And the stuff that we get is like just Kana and everyone else like just in a fucking like onsen, just chilling, like fucking like, oh yeah, let's show our fucking boobs everywhere, like doing all this shit. And turns out fucking Nietzsche there, who's people know I fucking hate that piece of shit with fucking passion. I hate him. He's one of the worst fucking characters in the series. Ugh, he's fucking there, and he's like, oh, by the way, did you know what? The fucking like the whole fucking like Luxus's like crew joined Blue Pegasus. What? Why would they ever fucking join this shithole? And I'm thinking there, it's like, oh yeah, like fucking Evergreen, she's like become like good friends with like that fucking other like Jenny bitch, the one that like Mira had a fight with in the Grand Magic Games. It's like, oh, and by the way, like the Bixlow and like all the others, and free to get him well with the others. And it's like, oh, Luxus. Oh yeah, by the way, he just fucking trains because he just don't give a fuck about none of that. So I'm like, okay, I'm so super glad that fucking at least Luxus has some dignity. He's like, yeah, I'm just training, fuck, like being with these bitches, but I'll just pick up the groceries every now and then. The entirety of that was just showing off Ichi's ass, boobs, and just one bit where like fucking Gagio just goes flying and lands on leather, and he's like, "What's this bounce?" Like that almost reminded me pretty much of the fucking war and shit. Like regardless of how cool the rest of the chapter was, this whole thing is like you could have spent more time actually. You could have added like a little bit of the clash with like Natsu in the game. That just felt pointless apart from the part that we've got information about where they are, and they're in the most shittiest place that I could actually think of. Not in some mountain area like training like just like fucking vagabonds or some shit. They're with fucking Ichiya. That's like 9 pages worth of that trash, and I'm like, really? Just fucking really? Like, Hero, I really did like what you did with chapter, but then I'm looking at that again, I'm like, ugh. It's like, do I have to fucking see that shit? Like, and like, when we get to the Brandish part, it's fucking cool, because she's just there showing off her fucking dominance, just like, oh, like, she just walks and she's fucking scaring Natsu and Gray, and like, even there, he's like fucking shaking. Like, Natsu can like, he can actually see him like fucking trembling, and then she's just like, oh, I want some fucking gelato. And there's like, oh, the shit is blown up. Like, there was a bit of comedy here and there. Like, it was actually nice to see that, she isn't just like, oh, I'm a bad guy, I follow into other. Like, there's some actual, like, she's actually seems like a fun character, but she just takes out the fucking, like, the ground level just like that because she's pissed off, like, yo, where's my fucking mangoes? And then even still, she's just like, yo, guess what? Guess what you're gonna do, man? Yeah, like, you're gonna release those girls that you're taking on. He's like, oh, but they fucking they're part of the guild. They're trying to attack us. She just lifts the fucking island up and it's like, don't make me repeat myself again. It's like, yeah, and just release like that, Urza and Lucy, and just even still, it's like Natsu's like, no, you hurt one of our fucking comrades. I ain't letting that slide. And I don't know what happened, like, in this, but she just made the guy disappear. So I'm curious, did she actually just straight up murder him? Because everyone was like, what the fuck? Because I thought, is that blood that just splattered everywhere? Like, what the fuck was that? Like, I'm curious. It's like, I'm thinking about that, and she's just saying, "Oh, now we're down one person too." It's like I'm guessing, like, maybe he might teleport to say, "Yeah, guess what? Now we're fucking even. If I ain't got a person, like, you ain't got a person either." So he's like, "Do you know what? I'm sorry, but troublesome hands ain't my thing." And she already went through. It's like she know they were fucking Fairy Tail, and she even said it, like, "Oh, by the way, don't even try and attacking us, Fairy Tail." But we were saying like, we'll fucking tell you, Makarov's alive. But if you try any shit, then that's we're just warning you, like, overall. So like she just takes the fucking island down like it's nothing. It's just like, oh, just disappear. And she's just like, yo, this is my warning, and there's 12 more wizards of this power here in Alvarez, so don't fight a battle you can't win, Fairy Tail. Like, if I'm thinking like the rest of the chapter, okay, she actually was intimidating. She actually put down some fear in fucking Natsu and the gang. But the other rest of the chapter was, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, it was shit. It was generally like, why am I here with like Levy and the gang and like Juve and all that? And it's just like they're just there showing the tits off, and it's just it's there. And I'm adding like if it was just on its own, that other part I would give that like an A. That was a great chapter. But with adding that into it, and that was like a third of the chapter, I give it like a like a 6. It was okay that bit, but the first part really put off. I mean that took a major score out of this. Like it was honestly that war, and people know I gave that fucking war chapter like a fucking 3 or something, like a 2 or some shit. That was like one of the worst chapters I've fucking talked about. And it's like if that honestly the entire chapter was this, it would have just been a fucking 2 to a 1 because that was fucking terrible. But yeah, let me know what you thought about Brandish in this chapter. Like, do you think she was awesome? Do you think like actually like going against these 12 magicians? And from how the next chapter is called, it seems like we're going to be seeing the Emperor like as well. So I don't want him to be some sort of weak bad. I would like him to be like mad gear, like he's actually very intimidating. Like he has a reason why he can control all these people, not just oh I'm royalty, I can control them. And I also want to see like fucking Serena. I want to see like him in this next chapter and see what the fuck is his deal. Like not the whole explanation, but I want to see a little bit of him in the next chapter. But that's all for me. So thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.